Let us enjoy our leisure through recreational games. Activities such as running, jumping, throwing, creeping, hanging, and so on are movements which help to maintain the body in an active, healthy, energetic, and happy state. Games can be categorized into three main groups, such as minor games, lead-up games, and organized games. When you have studied this lesson, you would be able to create and play new games and spend your leisure time happily and enjoyably. Also, you would be able to gain some knowledge about organized games. Can you remember such games that you play when you get together with your friends? You would have seen such games being played during the interval or at the sports meet. All these games help to keep our body active and in good shape. Relaxation for your mind after being engrossed in educational activities could be achieved by indulging in a game or sport. For free distribution. The benefits you gain by indulging in sports activities. Table 4.1. Physical socio-mental. Muscles and bones become stronger. Ability to gain fun and happiness. Fast and deep breathing help to increase the efficiency of the respiratory system. Ability to gain mental fitness. The blood circulation rate increases throughout the body. Learn to obey rules and regulations. Waste produced in the body is removed with sweat. Ability to accept victory or defeat in the same spirit. Burn the excess fat in the body. Ability to work together in unity in a group. Ability to get good looks and personality for the body. Ability to develop patience. Decrease the risk of meeting with accidents and getting injured. Learning to help each other. Ability to indulge in activities without being tired easily. Ability to identify good qualities and morals. Indulging in recreational games improves physical health, mental health, and social well-being. Minor games. Games you do during your leisure time for enjoyment and happiness by yourself or with friends are known as minor games. Adjusting the rules and regulations according to your wish is a special feature in minor games. Features of minor games. Ability to play with or without equipment. Ability to organize the game to suit the available space. Ability to make use of the resources easily taken from your environment. Ability to adjust the rules and regulations. For free distribution. Some minor games that can be played by yourself. First, skipping with a skipping rope. It's a great way to keep active and improve coordination. Next, try throwing and catching a ball. It's simple yet effective for honing your reflexes. Lastly, you can mark a square of 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters on a wall and throw the ball to the center of the square from a distance. This helps with precision and focus. Some minor games that can be played in pairs. Let's start with hopscotch. Prepare the squares as shown in the figure below. You will need both feet and one foot for this game. For this, you need a dry mango seed or a flat stone. Throw the stone into square number 1 from the starting point without trampling the line. Then, hop onto square number 1, avoiding the flat stone. Standing single-legged, bend and pick the stone. Hop along the squares and at the end, jump up, turn back, and return in the same order until you are out of the court. In the same way, put the stone in all the squares sequentially and complete the game. If the stone touches the line while throwing it, or if you trample the lines while jumping, or if you keep the free leg down through imbalance, you will be disqualified from the game. Another fun game is Who is the King? As shown in the figure, both players should remain within the circles and try to push the opponent out of the circle. The one who gets pushed out of his or her circle loses the game. The winner is the king. Some minor games which can be played with a few or groups of people. First up, changing trees. Choose nearby trees or posts, one less than the number in the group. The remaining one after counting in the group should stand in between the trees or posts, and the rest should hold a tree or a post. The ones who are holding the trees should try to cross over and change their trees. When the crossing takes place, the one standing in the middle should try to catch a vacant tree. The one who does not get a tree goes to the middle. Next, we have stepping on poison. Form a circle by holding hands and keep some sort of mark or a small branch of leaves in the middle. It is called a lump of poison. Start pulling each other by their hands and try to make someone step on the assumed lump of poison. The one who tramples the poison is the loser. Finally, there's beat the ball. Divide into 2 equal groups. Form a circle with one group and a line outside the circle with the other group. The circle needs a ball and the line needs a 12-inch stick. Give the ball to the leader of the circle and the stick to the leader of the line. When a signal is made, the leader of the circle starts passing the ball around the circle, while the leader with the stick starts running outside the circle. The leader with the stick runs and hands over the stick to the next in line and retreats to the end of the line. When the passing ball reaches the leader, he starts counting as 1. In the same manner, till all the members in the line finish running, the completed number of ball passing should be counted. Then the 2 groups should exchange their roles and start playing again. The group which completes the most number of rounds with ball passing wins the game. Lead-up games are games used to develop the skills of organized games. More details about this will be taught in future grades. Organized games, unlike minor games, are played in accordance with approved rules and regulations. The common features that could be seen in an organized game include playgrounds with approved measurements, sports equipment prepared according to standards, and determining the number of participants that should be present. Games such as volleyball, netball, football, LA, cricket, basketball, badminton, and table tennis are some examples of organized games. Lead-up games are helpful to develop the skills of organized games. Volleyball was started in Holyoke City in the United States of America. It was introduced to Sri Lanka by Robert Walter Kamak. While volleyball is the national game of Sri Lanka, it is also one of the main games played in Sri Lankan schools. Males and females all over the world play volleyball. The facilities necessary to conduct the game include an 18-meter-long, 9-meter-wide rectangular court, dividing the court into 2 halves by a net, which is 1 meter in width, tied onto 2 poles with the upper level at about 2.5 meters in height from the ground. Each team consists of 6 players and they stand in the court on either side of the net. The players could hit the ball using any part of the body in order to send the ball over the net to the opposing team. Any mistake done by the team helps the opposing team to gain a point with the service. Training the footwork in volleyball is crucial. When playing volleyball, the ball coming from the opposing team does not come near you. Therefore, let us identify leg movement activities in order to hit the opposing ball from different places in the court. Running forwards, backwards, left and right. Galloping from side to side. Doing the above activity with more speed. Galloping forwards, backwards, left and right. Make the students stand in a single line with 1 meter gap and the last student gallops between the students in a zigzag manner to the beginning of the line. Training the ball handling in volleyball is also necessary. This can be done by practicing alone, in pairs, or among a group of students. Activities that can be done alone include throwing the ball up and catching it with both hands, bouncing the ball and catching it when it comes up, throwing the ball up and catching it while running forward, and twisting the ball around the body. Activities that can be done in pairs include passing the ball between 2 people by standing apart at a short distance and passing the ball between 2 above the level of the head. Standing back to back with legs apart, receiving the ball above the head and passing it between the legs is another good practice. One person passing the ball in different directions for the other to catch is also beneficial. Activities to be done in a group include forming a single line and passing the ball to the back over the head, then passing the ball from the back to the front over the head again. You can also form 2 lines facing each other. The person in the front rolls the ball with their fingers along the ground and hands it over to the person in the front of the opposite row. The one who took the ball should then go and sit at the back of the line. Netball. Figure 4.14. Passing the ball above the head. Figure 4.15. Children playing netball. Netball was originated in America. Netball was introduced to Sri Lanka by Mrs. Jenny Green. Though this is a popular game among women, men also indulge themselves in this game. It is also one of the main games in Sri Lankan schools. Facilities needed to conduct the game include a 30.5-meter long by 15.25-meter wide rectangular court and two 3.05-meter high goal posts. Figure 4.16. Goal post. How to play the game. Figure 4.17. Netball. Two teams, each consisting of 7 members, play the game. Players engage in the game by passing the ball. A point can be scored by shooting the ball through the ring in the goalpost. Let us train the footwork for netball. Movements are important in netball to pass the ball all over the court. Activities to develop this skill include walking freely, running on the spot, running forwards, running sideways, running backwards, running sideways to the left and right, and running while changing directions. Let us train the ball handling in netball. Activities to train the correct way of handling the ball could be done alone, in pairs, or in groups. Activities that can be done alone include passing the ball from hand to hand, throwing the ball up and catching it, and bouncing the ball and catching it. Figure 4.18. Throwing the ball up and catching. Activities that can be done in pairs include passing the ball between two by standing within a short distance, in pairs, standing back to back and twisting the ball around the waist and passing and bouncing the ball between the two and catching it. Figure 4.19. Bouncing the ball and catching. Activities to be done as a group include forming a single line as a group with equal distance and passing the ball to the back over the head, and forming a circle with equal distance facing each other and passing the ball sideways. Football. Figure 4.21. A group of students playing football. Football was improved by the Chinese, but it was the British who helped to popularize it throughout the world. It was introduced to Sri Lanka in 1911. This game is known as football because the foot is mostly used to hit the ball. Football is the most popular game in the world. Men as well as women engage in this game. This is also one of the main games in Sri Lankan schools. Facilities needed to conduct the game include a rectangular playground, which is 90 meters in length and 45 meters in width, and 2 goal posts at either end of the ground. Figure 4.22. Goal post. How to play the game. Figure 4.23. Football. It is played between 2 teams, each consisting of 11 members. Players engage in the game by exchanging the ball with their feet, and a goal is scored by kicking the ball through the opposing goal post. Training the footwork in football. It is important to train one's feet to take the ball into the opposing goal by avoiding the opponents. Activities to develop these skills are running forward by increasing and decreasing the speed, running while changing directions, running sideways to the left and right, while running, jumping up for a signal and continuing running. As shown below in figure 4.24, arrange a row of cones with a gap of about 1 meter and run in between in a zigzag manner or sideways or forwards. Figure 4.24. Practicing leg movements to handle the ball. Activities to develop the skill of handling or kicking the ball include keeping the ball down and kicking it slowly with the front foot, outer foot, inner foot, and heel. Kicking the ball slowly and taking it forward, arranging a row of cones with a gap of equal distance and kicking the ball slowly in between, controlling the ball to take it forward and passing the ball by hitting it with different angles of the foot and stopping it with the foot.